Hey Cancer, we're going to do your weekly zodiac reading for the week beginning 12th, 13th of April 2020. So the weekly readings are designed for empaths, intuitives and sensitives, those on the awakening journey that are looking for some guidance in the realms of, well, I call it the 5 levels of being. So you know, we are more than just a soul, Cancer. We are a physical body, we are an emotional body, an energy body, a thought body. Now, all of that provides us with quadrants of our being, if you like, a multidimensional aspect. That's what I like to refer to it in my work. The energy healing I engage in, I affectionately call soul ascension healing. You know, when we ascend through transformation, when we ascend from one state of consciousness to another, there's no right or wrong way. It's an eternally weaving path, no different to the up and down travels of our energy chakra system. You know, to be of a higher consciousness is not necessarily a permanent state of being. So the weekly readings are about focusing on, you know, the other elements of us too, how we practically embody that knowing, that higher wisdom, and how that grounds down into our physical, into our emotional level, into our energy body, into our thought body. You know, all of that is about infusing us with ultimately all the aspects that we are. So high consciousness is perhaps the acceptance that we are more than just this or that. You know, it's everything. It's multi-dimensional. So feeling very philosophical today. The frequencies have been very teary for one reading. We'll see how you go, okay? So you've been having some great readings lately, Cancer. Lots of abundance frequencies, lots of choosing to step up and out into the next chapter of your life. And that's for the collective frequencies of Cancers that I've been picking up on. So it might be different today, okay? It all depends on the greater charge is what I like to call it. So I tune in to the Cancers that are out there, whether they are Sun, Moon, Rising, Jupiter or Venus signs, those that are seeking the messages most strongly at this time. So let's see what theme you've got this week, my lovely Cancers. Sorry. I'm trying to do practical stuff. What are you manifesting? You are like on point, on glow. Yeah? You're loving being at home, aren't you? All that time with your loved ones, time to yourself. You are a homebody by nurture. Maybe you are redefining the parameters of what being at home means for you. You know, when old Merlin shows up, when the wizard shows up, we are calling forth the light into the darkness. These are dark times that many are experiencing. Maybe you are the light in some way, Cancer. I know there's a bit of a reflection because of the light that I'm using for the video, but he's shining a light in darkness. He's surrounded by darkness. You know, I've talked about this on my page, true alchemy, then perhaps the art, an art form that is alchemy. You know, it's more than just lead to gold. It is ego to soul and everything in between. To truly know the light, we must know the shadows. You've been well acquainted with whatever shadow means for you. And in that nurturing role, as you know, perhaps you find yourself surrounded by loved ones, friends and family that might be struggling. You know, maybe you are struggling. I'm not doubting that you aren't. There's not some Cancers out there that aren't struggling. Manifestation is about identifying and activating the light to ultimately flood that whole landscape so you can clearly see what it is that you had previously perceived as a fear. But this is also about drawing down and manifesting, making manifest in your physical reality, you know? All thought, all higher consciousness, even emotions are all great and all, but it's not until we act, it's not until we draw forth and actively choose what it is we are going in to bring into being. So many of us are familiar with I want to do this, I should do that. There's something else entirely that is required of us that actually takes bravery to make it happen. Be that, speak that, seek the others that have done that, is what I want to say. Manifestation, okay, so we'll go see what the tarot wants to say about what it is that you are manifesting, my lovely Cancers. You are coming out of a 2-year ecliptical cycle. The last 2 years have been massively potent for you in the realms of, well, really anything you want to eclipse that perhaps gets in the way of not just manifestation, but really anything. Like if you are someone that follows online readings, have a look at the general themes that Cancers have been having. Look at and more importantly, identify it to your own path in life. What have you really manifested? What have you truly transformed and grown from? Where have you transmuted ego into soul? Where have you embodied higher soul wisdom in your life, in your path, so that you've been able to actually walk the talk? Every one of us is unique, Cancer, in what we've been able to achieve in our journeys, and yours in particular, the last 2 years, you are really manifesting stuff that perhaps wasn't quite crystallized, wasn't quite clear. Dribs and drabs, especially from a consciousness and higher consciousness, soul message perspective, I keep seeing like dribs and drabs. So, it's almost like there are Cancers out there that are putting the puzzle pieces all together. And it's coming into form, and you're starting to see it reflect in your journey. Now listen, that could only be the last month, that could only be this last week, but I really feel the need to talk about the last 2 years, because you are closing the ecliptical cycle in June, and it kicks off with Sagittarius and Gemini for 2 years after that. So I just did a Gemini reading this morning, and I was talking about their ecliptical cycle coming up. Okay, manifestation. Receive the light to create. He's holding his wand in his left hand. In healings, that's my receptor. That's where I receive higher source, higher guidance, and it is with my right hand, that I apply the intention so it travels through. Yeah? And in the Magician card, in the tarot, the Magician's doing that too. So see how he's got his right hand out? Something forward here, moving forward. Look at the position he's in from this day forward. Regardless of what you've been through, Cancer, you have integrated a lot of light, a lot of understanding, clarity. From this moment forward, this is where stuff changes for you. That one wants to come out. You are in review mode, certainly. You are conflicted, but finding the wisdom as you go in. I'll read the tarot cards as I go along. What you are embodying right now, Cancer, is the Empress energy. You are really in your element here because it is supported by the Queen of Cups. But listen, where you've come from, okay? So when you are manifesting, all right, you're definitely working with Empress energy here, all right? You've got the star underneath you. Let's talk about where you currently are, because then the energy shifts and changes. I might be talking to Cancers that are like manifestation, not really feeling it, but I do want to say be mindful of what you are manifesting when it comes to your thoughts and that which you are drawing into being, okay? Because the potential for you and the opportunity is actually quite abundant, what you are moving into. Where you've come from is woven and founded in deep wisdom. The going within, the times that life presented you with challenges, with pain, with betrayal, with everything you've learned about yourself when it comes to your boundaries, and the times you should have pushed yourself towards an opportunity and said yes, but the times you held back and instead said no, the times when you should have said no but said yes. I keep seeing the chart. Now the Hermit, okay, underneath all this is you finding the guiding light, the inspiration. Okay, look, the guiding light. There's wisdom you have gained by going in. And if you look closer, let me just let this camera adjust. Inside his lantern is not a candle. It's actually the star. Look, it's fallen and you've captured something. This is absolutely beautiful. Aquarius, Virgo. We are moving into the age of Aquarius. You are in assessment mode and you are deciding, Cancer, okay? You are reviewing your journey to date. You are reviewing the tangible forms of what has been manifested so far. This could be anything, a connection, a job, a lifestyle, an experience, your journey as a whole, you know? You are deciding what you want to juggle moving forward. Two of Coins is also the investment card, okay? What you are willing to invest to get you to the 10 of Coins. What is your 10 of Coins? You've come a long way. You've achieved a lot for yourself, you know? In this review mode, don't get stuck where you are unwilling to invest anything further because you're like, well, I've come so far, what do I do here? Because this could potentially be Cancers that are holding themselves back in a little way too, because above this is conflict, okay? So the 5 of Wands, yes, is conflict, but I want to say internal conflict. I'm feeling conflicted when I see the combination of these cards. I'm feeling conflicted about my journey and where I want this to go. I'm feeling conflicted about what I want to invest, perhaps. That could be anything. Lifestyle, career, connection, your path, your purpose, your destination. However, there's been wisdom that has been gained. You have learned a lot. This is in the past, okay? The 5 of Cups, you have learned a lot of wisdom about what emotional loss means for you. And is anything ever truly lost if it's given us wisdom? If we've learnt about our boundaries, if we have learnt and decided that we will still choose love, Cancer, if we have learnt that we would still invest just to know that we have an opportunity to give something a go, a career, a business venture, an investment opportunity, love, doesn't really matter. What are you investing in? This is what you're weighing up, okay? What are you willing to actually walk away from when it comes to conflict, an internal conflict that ultimately keeps you blocked and away from manifestation? Because we are manifesting in conjunction with the alchemy of everything that's inside us, yeah? Our deeper beliefs, our emotional state, all of that is relevant. Take the wisdom, because underneath all this is the star. This is the gift of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. This is the gift of the cosmos, where in the card of the star, she is balancing her emotions. She is being practical by keeping one foot on the ground, okay? This is the tangible stuff in life that keeps us grounded, like we have to pay the rent, the mortgage. We've got, you know, whatever the case may be. I'm balanced in my emotions and I know what ultimately nourishes me and keeps this cycle flowing. But I'm also guided by the wisdom of the cosmos and higher knowing and this energy and connectivity to faith, regardless of what that is. And you keep that with you, Cancer, to light your way every step of the journey. The Hermit doesn't need anyone. The Hermit is not guided by anyone. He is guided by the light of his lantern, and he's not concerned about the next 200 steps, about next year or how this will go. What if I make this choice? He's not concerned. He knows right here in this moment what he can see, what he feels, what he knows. And that is what makes him wise. Because what a weight it would be to try and carry everything, yeah? But that's what we do as humans. What you've got is a divine spark of creativity coming up. You are choosing to take the wand. This is a manifestation wand. This wand appears in the magician's hand in the tarot. This wand is also a smaller version of what the manifestation card has here. This is the divine spark. This is inspiration. This is creativity. This is passionately engaging a choice, a connection, a person, a reality, igniting the spark within you to set your life on fire again, to feel passionately excited about it. It's the birth of something new. And yes, it can point to the birth of a child and a pregnancy. It can point to the start of a new relationship or the reignition of a spark in an existing one. This is, I'm going to take this opportunity for what it is, and I'm going to go with it. The Ace of Wands is a really creatively powerful card, and it takes us on a journey, you know. See the river and the land and the kingdom in the background, because you've also got this card, Cancer, the Four of Wands. I'm going to take this wand and I'll see what I can create on my journey as I navigate my path and travel to kingdoms far away and create a reality that is not quite here yet. And look at it. This is what it is. The Four of Wands. But before I get to that, you are embodying the essence of who you are, Cancer. You are the Queen of Cups, you know, the nurturing mother, emotionally stable, or at least deeply connected and not afraid of your emotions, that you can actually truly get to know them and know how they express within you in all their forms, so that you can actually nurture others as well. You know what discomfort looks like, feels like. You can empathically recognize it in another and empathically read their needs, yeah? But the Empress is what you are embodying. And the Empress is more than just the Queen of Cups. She embodies all four queens. She is the Queen of Coins. She is practical and can produce something tangible. She is the Queen of Wands. She is creative and passionate and sensual. She is the Queen of Swords, and she fully knows her boundaries and will state them. She is creative energy for sure, because when the Empress shows up, it also displays pregnancy. But this is more about, what are you gestating? What are you creating? What are you manifesting moving forward? Because you've learned a lot here. You've learned a lot about how valuable conflict is when it permeates within us to teach us stuff about discomfort. You've learned a lot about what you will and will not invest in, what you won't juggle anymore when it comes to whatever the case may be. You've reviewed your journey. You've reviewed what is tangible, what has been produced based on the choices, the actions and inaction, yeah? And you can apply that to anything, relationships, career path. This definitely could be about career path. This definitely could be about relationships. There's a lot of love stuff here, Cancer. You know, you are reviewing how much you have lived, loved, learned about you. Because now you are not only embodying the essence of who you are embodying the highest expression of her. You're embodying Empress energy, and you are gestating something. You are manifesting something. You have or you will take a creative inspiration. Notice how your energy changes this week, okay? There's a lift here. There's an opportunity. There's a gift. There's an offer of love. There's an offer of a job. There's an offer of an opportunity. You will identify an opportunity clearly. You will take it and you will manifest, you know. This is, and it's a gift. The star is a gift. It's a healing. And you've healed a component of your journey yourself, you know. What you're moving into. Very clearly, this is your outcome card. Very clearly, the King of Swords is mental clarity. There is no confusion here. There is nothing that holds us back in the mental realms. He's very clear, okay? The swords, the journey of the swords throughout the whole tarot is perhaps quite conflicting. And any one of us out there can completely relate to what it's like to feel like we are overthinkers or we're not sure, and our thoughts can be our enemy, yeah? So the journey of the swords in the tarot is quite a challenging one. It's not until we get to the Queen and King energy that we're actually really mastering the balancing of that. We are the master of our mind. Your thoughts are clear, and you know how to make them your friend and not your foe in order to truly manifest what it is that you're wanting. From this point on, look at his hand. He's downloading content, information, healing. He's tuning into a higher frequency here, regardless of the shadows and the path behind him, regardless of experiences behind him. From this point forward, look at his hand. From here on in, you've now embodied all of this wisdom. You've now embodied the higher essence of not just the Queen of Cups and who you are, Cancer, the potency and power of your emotions, but you are also engaging the potency and power of your mind, your passionate energy, your creative energy. The wands are here too. You are being very practical to produce tangible results. You've got all the stuff on the table here to actually manifest everything that you are looking for when it comes to home and hearth. The two eyes, the two arms, the four walls that you want to call home. What energy and essence, experiences, connections do you want to come home to? What does it feel like to come home to whatever this means for you? You know, it's about the end, who we want to share the end of the day with, who we want to share our successes with, what the whole journey is for, Cancer. The whole journey from where it started with the Ace of Wands, we decided to take something, take a risk, decide, yeah, and then we ventured out into the hillside and we can see the kingdom in the background, and there's, you know, a weaving river and land. There's been a journey. You have arrived. You are manifesting, and you have picked up some form of technique, some form of healing, some form of transformation that you can actually embody and then actually be. It's a healing, okay, but it is also a gift, an inspiration to others in some form. That could be your friends, your family, people within your community. This healing, this is actually quite special, Cancer, because you are a wizard this week, all right? You're manifesting. You're a wizard who's also an empress. That is the Queen of Cups. And here's your wand. Guided by the light of the star, okay? This is a spiritual blessing that does ultimately help you clear fear, see fears clearly, to get you and shift you out of the Eight of Swords energy into the King of Swords. This is your outcome. You have mastered something here in the realms of thought frequency when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to how they alchemize with your emotions, create and form your deeper beliefs. This is transformation. The Death card is about transformation. It's Scorpio energy. It's about getting to the depths of the Phoenix line, is what I call it in my healings, you know. The Page of Wands, the Eight of Cups. You've got two eights here. The Knight of Swords. You know, it really is time. And there's the Chariot. It really is time. There's communication here too at some point this week. But you are charging forward, okay? You may not feel it exactly at this time, Cancer, because I can see you're processing this conflict, you're processing and juggling, you're reviewing your journey, where you are going for the rest of this week and however long that lasts. But I feel for many Cancers that I've been picking up on the last 2 or 3 weeks have been quite high vibe when it comes to abundance, manifestation, when it comes to double ace energy, you know, like you guys, you're embodying yourselves. This is the Chariot. It's represented by you. You are charging forth with an inspiration, an idea, something you are communicating, ready to communicate, a conversation you are ready to have, okay? You are putting an end to things. You are walking away from emotions and fears that no longer serve you. It's not where you're going. That is the old you, the old journey. You know, where you are heading, you are following this light that is lit by the age of Aquarius, which is the collective energy we are all walking in, and you are choosing to embody the highest self of everything you have been able to manifest on your journey. All the wisdom, all the learning. You, from this point on, you are manifesting, you are gestating something. Yeah? This is the birth of the new you. When I see that, yeah, death of the old, birth of a new version of you. And she's more than just her emotions. She's got a lot of fire energy, a lot of mental clarity, and it's all of that. It's what I was talking about at the start of this reading, you know, embodying all of the quadrants of being. Earth, air, fire, water, so that we are whole and complete, and then we can ultimately access that high consciousness stuff so that it permeates and floods all of us, all of our entire being. I could talk all day. That was an energy shift compared to the Gemini reading. The Gemini reading was beautiful in that it was healing. It was a healing reading. This was an inspiring reading, Cancer. Thank you for your inspiration. I'm going to call you the wizard this week. The wizard of manifestation. Glow. See you next week.